Hello there. First off, I wanted to say a really big thanks to getting me to 100 subscribers. It means a hell of a lot, and I wouldn't be doing any of these like build videos or guides without actually seeing people who are watching and people are commenting. It really makes me feel good when I see people are genuinely helped by what I'm doing. So, just thanks. It's amazing. And I will keep doing this for as long as this game is running. And, well, to thank everyone for the support, I have a special build coming up in a minute about the first class and the first build, well, the first spec of the class I played, so enjoy the Magicka DK. It's been fun. Thank you. Hello, and welcome to my hundreds, 101 subscribers now, special because I'll be showing off my Magicka DK, which, well, nobody really knows, or probably cares, but was the first thing I learned to play in ESO. So, this is kind of like old school, familiar stuff I really like. Not the best or the strongest thing in the game by any means, but it's always going to be special, to me at least. So, we're going to run through gear and our CP and our skills and stuff, and just like, I'm going to talk about MagDK because it's my favourite class. Well, yeah, it still is my favourite class. I play Nightblade a lot, but yeah, DK just is harder than Nightblade, so. Anyways, let's get into gear, shall we? We've got Zan as always. It's too good to never not use, or not use at all. Sororia, I really desperately want to find a better set to use than Sororia, but it's the best thing for my MagDK right now. And we're using Mechanical Acuity. Reasoning behind Mechanical Acuity is it gets us around the lack of spell crit on a MagDK. It's pretty poor on a MagDK, if I'm honest. So this kind of helps us out a bit. And last on our gear sets, we've got a Maelstrom Inferno to help lighten heavy attack damage. So, where you get this stuff from? You get Zan from Scalecaller, you get Sororia from Cloud Rest, and Mechanical Acuity is crafted. And Maelstrom Staff, it's from Maelstrom, else it would probably be named something else. Trait-wise, large pieces like the head, the chest, and the legs are infused. Small pieces are in Divines. Jewellery, all bloodthirsty. Weapons are infused. Enchants, we go max Magicka on our armour, all spell damage on our jewellery, infused, flame glyph on front bar, and a shock glyph on back bar. Although in a group, I tend to make this into a max weapon and max spell damage enchant, but that's how it is for now. As far as gear alternatives go, so there's a bunch of stuff I usually do. So I've tried using Mother's Sorrow and Burning Spellweave, the same gear I use on my Magblade. It's not too bad. Doesn't hit as hard as what I'm using with this spec, but if you don't have access to the crafted sets and Sororia, like I've shown, those two sets will do pretty well. Not the best, but they're still good. Other monster sets you can use instead of Zan, you can use Grothar, which I will bring up right now. Grothar, here it is. So Grothar is one piece max Magicka and just does a big fire AoE. I still use this set. Honestly, when I'm doing trash fights, I'll switch out and use Grothar. So it's still very useful. Other things you can use, you could, because DK doesn't have Minor Brutality, Minor Berserk buff, you can use Slime Claw, which I will also show you. Hold on. Slime Claw, here we go, one piece spell crit and weapon crit, and Minor Berserk. at all times. So if you are playing solo or you don't have a healer using combat prayer as much as you should, that set is probably going to win for deeps, because it'll help the rest of your skills. Okay, we will have a look at skills now. Burning Embers. A really strong single target damage over time. When you recast it or it ends, you get heal, and a very strong heal at that. Engulfing Flames. A middle of the road kind of dot, but it makes all of the targets affected by it take extra damage from fire, and literally every skill and thing on this build is fire. Molten Whip. We're back to this morph because off balance got changed and you can only have like 25% uptime on off balance, and it gets consumed a lot faster. So the other morph, is it Flame Lash, is completely pointless. At least I see it that way. So we're just having the extra flat damage for having this slotted, which is pretty nice. Although I do miss the other morph. Flames of Oblivion. 15 seconds, fires a fireball every 5, so you get 3 fireballs that do, when you're actually fighting, about 15k when they hit, if it crits, so it's not too bad. Inner Light, max Magicka and some spell crit for having it on bar, and the ultimate here can kind of be up to you. I have Shooting Star because the extra max Magicka it can give you, and a teeny bit of regen, but you can use Destro Ult or any other number of ones you have access to. Back bar, we've got Elemental Drain, but this is only for me practicing on my dummies. So usually I would have a shield here in a raid group. Eruption, medium kind of size ground AoE. Let me just show you how it looks. It's basically, it's kind of large. It costs a fair bit, but it does last a while and does like medium kind of damage. Then we have Equilibrium. I can't pronounce it, but I use this when I'm playing solo or in groups with bad sustain, like support. But if you're in a raid group with decent sustain and plenty of orbs going around, you can drop this for something that gives you minor force, like Rearming Trap or the ones from Sigik. I don't remember their names. Volcano Fire. This is the skill that works with the Maelstrom Inferno. It does a fair bit of damage over time, and burning enemies take more damage from it. And it's quite a large area of effect too. Another copy of Inner Light, because I simply don't know another skill to put on the back bar instead of this. And then the ultimate that we use literally 90% of the time, 99% of the time, Standard of Might. It makes you tankier, it makes you do more damage, and it does a little bit of damage by itself, and it lasts quite a long time, so it's a solid ultimate. Not to mention it's melee to suit the class, because this is a melee Magicka build. So, that's skills. We will now run through our champion points. Now, my champion points are really similar to my Magblade. We have 56 in Elfborn, 64 in Elemental Expert, 27 in Spell Erosion, 19 in Staff Expert, and 56 in Master at Arms. And the thing I like about this, there's 75 worth here to give us Butcher, which makes our light and heavies do 5% more in execute range on targets. 48 in Thaumaturge for our damage over time. A lot of DK damage comes from damage over time, so you may want to do more in there actually, but that's what I have right now. Now, Red Tree, if you're in competitive raiding or any sort of raiding, most trials have got their own Red Tree setups, but this is my generic one, which is just good for doing whatever. Green Tree, this one is to do with break free, cost reduction, bashing and like utility utility stamina bits. So 28, 16, 16. 75 in Arcanist and Tenacity. Recovery and like heavy attack like returns. Tumbling, for roll dodging, Shadow Ward for Broadcaster block, 40 and 20, and that's our CP. So, Munderstone, we use the Shadow to get the most out of using Mechanical Acuity. Food, we use Clockwork Citrus. Blue food might be viable, but I'll get to that in a bit. We're not a vampire. Vampire would probably be a reasonable idea on a DK, but we're not for now. Race-wise, this one's Argonian, because that's just me. I'm awkward like that. But best races for actual DPS, Dunmer, High Elf, Breton. Dunmer and High Elf are best for just like flat damage. They have got the extra spell damage, the extra max Magicka. Breton is the sustain option. So with Breton, what you could do is run blue food. So you just have higher max stats and better sustain. So you don't have the extra spell damage, but you do have the higher Magicka pool and the better sustain, so you don't need to actually run stuff to keep you topped up on Magicka as much. Anyway, that's pretty much the build. Thanks for watching. If you do have any questions or anything you want to know about this, just give me a shout in the comments. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. And thanks for watching.